my friend, and welcome back. My name is Hannah, and today I want to talk about my monthly favorites for the month of January. I want to pair this video with the what I bought in a month video, just because I think those two go together. So tomorrow you will see my monthly haul, but I just wanted to talk about what were my monthly favorites this month, and I think this way it will keep me accountable, so at the end of the year I can give you guys better insight of the things that I've loved for the year of 2020. So we're gonna start this series hopefully off on the right foot. Make sure to always check the description box for links of anything that you might be interested in. I always try to have links down below, and you can tell how big my channel is. I'm not affiliated, I'm not sponsored, and if I was, I definitely would let you guys know, because that means that I made it. If you've been watching my channel for a while, this background is definitely new and different. My room is still a mess, so I might do like a film room tour once I finally clean it, if I get it clean this weekend. I was just so excited to have this done. My paint did come in earlier than I expected. That's why there wasn't a new makeup release video on Friday, because I just wanted to start getting this together. I don't know, but with the previous background that I had, like, removing this, I don't know, made me already feel uninspired to make videos. But even the way that it looked before, it didn't feel so natural. It didn't feel very Hana, if you will. But I like how this is kind of coming together. I did find a spot to put that big giant Mikasa I was talking about. So she's back here. I might move this over here, or I might just buy like a wall scroll and stick it here. I don't know. I'm still kind of figuring out where I want to put little things, but I think the bigger pieces are locked in, and I'm very excited about it. I should be having more figures coming in to put up here, and then maybe some back here. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what's coming in. And I'm super excited to have this piece finally up on my wall. It's been really bumming me out that it's just been sitting in this room, because I think this is such a cool poster. It came from the Young Animal edition that had published the last chapter of Berserk. It came with this really cool poster. On the flip side of this poster is Guts riding on Zod. So if I flipped this the other way, it would fit, but I don't know. I like this one the most because it's just iconic manga panels of like very beloved characters, and it's not just Guts and Casca and Griffith, you know, it's the rest of the crew in there, and I don't know. I really enjoy it. I have another Berserk poster right in front of me. I don't have a glare-proof glass like I do on this one, so any light that I have on it, because it's plastic, picks it up and kicks it back. But I don't know, I really love that one too, because it came from, like, I guess in Japan, like the hospitals were advertising blood drives, and they used Berserk to do that, which I think is funny in its own way. But I don't know, if I can find a way to incorporate that one over here, maybe I would. But I like where it is. I like that I can see it. I'm just sad that I can't really show you guys because the kickback. But that being said, let's get into some of the items that I've loved this month. I'm going to go in order of how I apply things because it makes it easier for me. But let's start with the first item, and I think I've talked about this a number of times, but I've really been loving this NYX Primer. I think it's really good, and I should rewind. I'm not a huge fan of primers, period. I think the best kind of skin prep is skincare. And for me, by the time I'm done getting dressed and I had put my moisturizer on and I'm coming into this room to sit down and get ready, the moisturizer has already kind of sunken into my skin in a way that my skin is ready. It's primed, and my makeup, like, I don't have a problem with makeup longevity, just because I think I just prep my skin really well. What I do like about this primer is that I think it is a good assist to my normal skincare. It makes my product stick a little bit longer and is kind of more intact throughout the day. Like I said, I don't really have a problem with longevity, but as you go throughout your day and you're moving around, and especially if you are like me and you work in an office setting and you got to take your mask on and off, it doesn't keep from, like, you know, the breakup, especially like on my nose. Like, my nose is gonna break up and disappear regardless because I'm putting on that mask. but I feel like my makeup does last a little bit longer thanks to the primer. I like how it looks throughout the day and my skin feels really good. And I don't know, I noticed that my makeup removal is even kind of a little bit easier because I think maybe there's like that barrier between my skin and the makeup, you know, like just that extra layer, and it just washes right off. So I don't know, I've really been enjoying it. I don't think it really changes too much of my textures or like pores or anything like too much. It's not going to give you like that Instagram filter, but I think if you really liked the Milk Hydro Grip, I think you would like this one, especially if you lean more towards lighter foundations, lighter formulas versus a more mid to full kind of coverage. I think the Milk Hydro Grip is perfect for something that's a little bit heavier than a skin tint. That being said, we all know that my favorite skin tint right now is the Fenty Eavesdrops, but I've been loving the YSL New skin tint, and I feel like this came out a while ago and I don't think too many people talked about it. Like I saw a few things going around on TikTok and on Instagram, but I don't know, this just like never caught on, and I'm pretty sad because I think it's a really good product. I think this current shade, this is New 8, is my summer shade, and if I had just like a shade slightly lighter, I think it would be perfect for me right now. But even then, I could probably mix it with my Fenty Eavesdrops. The Fenty Eavesdrops, I think, is more matte leaning in the satin finish, and this is more dewy leaning in the satin finish. I believe that both of these products are satin finishes, just one is a bit more matte, one is a bit more dewy, if that makes any sense. I don't think this is dewy the way that like the Becca Moonchild thing was that came out last year. I just think that it has more of like a dewy finish versus the Fenty Eavesdrops, but I've really been loving this. I really like this. I can't wait till it's summertime to really like dip in and use this some more. I can get away with using it right now because it still kind of matches my neck, which isn't so bad, but like I'm wearing a long sleeve so you couldn't really tell. I don't know, I've really been enjoying it. The concealer I've been loving this month is the NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum. And as you can see, I've used quite a bit of it. I do like that the container is one of those where it just pushes all the product up, like it's an airtight kind of seal and it's the pump. I don't know why more products aren't like this, but that's besides the point. If you loved the Born to Glow concealer, I think you would really enjoy this one. This is, all the shade names are exactly the same. I believe this is just the replacement. I think they reformulated it and just stuck it in a different line because they discontinued the Born to Glow series, I believe. I ran out of my other concealer, so I couldn't even compare the two for them. Maybe I did it in my first impressions video because I do have a first impressions video for this concealer, but I think it's really wonderful. I think like a full pump is too much. You just kind of have to like tap it and you can blend it. It's so light. It is buildable, but even with like the slightest amount, I feel like it gives you enough coverage, or at least for me, it gives me the coverage I need where it brightens under my eyes, kind of covers up some, like if I had a week of like terrible sleep schedules kind of thing, it just kind of brightens my eyes and makes me feel like a young lady. It's really pretty. I've been loving it with the NYX banana powder, and I don't know, it stays all day. It doesn't break up in any weird ways. It doesn't oxidize or anything like that. It just feels really nice. And as far as concealers go, to have something this nice at this price, you can't beat it. Like, it's not nice, it's not good for the price, it's just a good concealer. Let's talk brows, because I don't know, I wouldn't say that I'm like the best at brows, but I am definitely picky. I don't think I have like full caterpillar eyebrows like Joe Jonas, but I don't have very sparse eyebrows. Like I have a lot of hair. My issue is that I don't know how to groom my eyebrows, and I'm afraid that I will do what I always do and go too far, and then it looks terrible, and then I do have sparse eyebrows. You know what I mean? I have been loving the Boss Brow by ColourPop. This is in the shade Dark Brown. I've been loving this one specifically over my ABH Brow Freeze and the Clear Brow Boss because it has been fairly easy to just kind of get it in, and it does hold my brows in place. So when I first applied this, I had more like fluff to my brow, but like even when it like the hairs start to like settle, it doesn't sink down. It's still held in place. It's just not as like fluffed up as I had it before, but that doesn't bother me. My brows just looked very groomed right now. And my only complaint is that when you do pull it out, like you do get a lot of product on the wand. So I would suggest wiping it on a tissue before you apply it. But if you end up going too heavy-handed, I would suggest taking a naked like spoolie and just kind of combing it through, and then it fixes itself. It's not that big of a deal. I think it's a very easy brow product to use. It's fairly easy to clean up because I don't know. I feel like some brow products, as soon as you place it, like that's where it is. It's stuck. You can't move it, can't touch it. And what if you were like me and you just go in heavy-handed and now you just have this big like spot on your eyebrow? But I like it. It's fairly easy. And what I've been loving for bronzers, and I think a little bit of highlight, but mostly bronzer, is my Charlotte Tilbury Nude Gasm palette. And I don't know, when I got this, I really liked it, but lately I've just really been loving it. And I'm upset because I think this is a limited edition, but that's not what gets me upset. What gets me upset is that there's only this one shade, and I'm a light to medium kind of, you know. It's very easy for me to find bronzer items. I don't know. She came out with one of these last holiday season, like a palette like this, but it came with at least 2 this year. This only came with the 1. But I'll go back and forth between these 2 bronzers and then like on my brush and then, you know, apply my bronzer. It looks really nice. Sometimes I'll use the pinky one depending on the type of blush that I'm using. I'll put it on where I would put my blush as like a base. And then when I put my blush on, when I put my blush on top of it, it just kind of pops a little bit more. I've really been enjoying this face palette, and I don't know, I don't know why I'm reaching for this more now than I was when I first got it, but I've really been loving this. And then let's talk about blushes, because this isn't going to surprise anyone. I feel like I've said this time and time again. My favorite blush right now are the Super Shock shadows, but specifically from the Rosé All Day collection. And I have the At First blush and No Way on my desktop. Like, I'm reaching for either one of these consistently. I think today I'm wearing the At First blush. I love these, and I don't know, these ones are the pearlized versions, and I don't have a favorite highlighter this month because I haven't really been wearing highlighters, because these are just the right amount of like shine to my face that I don't think I need to use a highlighter with these. And if you do, that's absolutely fine, but I've just been loving them as they are with my bronzer. I think they're very cute. I'm always happy when ColourPop releases Super Shock shadows. I think they're really good. I do love the blush sticks. I really do. And if they came out with shades like this in this formula, I would probably get those as well. Very pretty. And then let's talk about lips, because I have a huge lip haul coming probably this week, because I'm looking at the package right now on my other table. But I've been loving the Blotted Lip by ColourPop. This one is in the shade On Film. You will see that I pretty much bought the entire collection in the haul that I'm going to film. And I've really been loving these blotted lips. I love that these are more of a balm instead of like a liquid. Like, what can I compare them to? The Odin's Eye lip tint are a bit more drying and a bit more matte, and they're kind of reminiscent of like a liquid lipstick kind of situation. And I know a lot of people don't like that. Me personally, I'm not a huge fan of that. But these ones are more of like a balm, and when you apply them, like I said, it's opaque and it's really pretty, and you can build up the shade, but it doesn't leave a weird film on your lips. It's not like, even as it fades throughout the day, it's like not particularly super staining, but it fades very evenly, and to reapply a few times throughout the day doesn't do anything weird to your lips or make your lips feel dried out or like crusty or anything. I think this is a wonderful product. That being said, it does kind of have like, I can't tell if it's like holiday vanilla or like cherry medicine, but it does have this scent to it that I can only really smell like as I'm applying it and have it right under my nose. But after I have it on, I can't really notice it. So if you don't like scented things, this may not be for you. I just wanted to point that out. And the last item I want to talk about today is an eyeshadow palette, and you guys are maybe already gonna know what I'm gonna say, but I've been loving the Blend Bunny Cosmetics, the Dollhouse palette, all month. I've been reaching for this palette nonstop. It first started as like an experiment to kind of show you the different swatches throughout the videos that I was making, because it's a large palette. And I don't know, it would be very hard to swatch all of these. Like, I don't think I have the attention span to swatch all of these and then do like a multi-look video with these palettes, because I've just been doing the same look, where I'll take this row as like my outer corner, this one as my crease, this one as my inner corner highlight, and then depending on if I want a brighter look, I'll go with these shimmers. If I wanted a more darker, more dramatic look, I would go with these ones. But I've been using that same one and just going down the rows. So like today, I'm just playing in this row where I have this one on my lid versus this one. It's a beautiful palette, and you don't just have to play with it in the same way I am. Like, you can mix and match your colors together. It's just I wanted to show you guys how you could, or how these different shades all looked, and then I ended up just loving it and loved using the same kind of like color formula that I was using. And it's just a really great palette. These are some of my favorite greens right here, and Urban Decay just released a new like nude, I think it's called the Wild Greens palette, and I almost bought it, but then I remembered I have these ones. And then I have a whole like pistachio palette if I needed something a little bit darker or lighter to kind of get that same look. So I kind of already have that palette, just it's split up amongst two. But this is a really good palette. I'm excited to see what Blend Bunny comes out with this year, because she just released, she has like two other rainbow palettes, I believe, and then this one. So I don't know if she's going to be releasing another palette. I hope she's working on something else, just because I want to see this brand succeed and I want to see them kind of branch out into other things. I just love them to pieces. And so that's it for makeup, but I don't know, I wanted to also share with you guys, because sometimes I also don't feel motivated to film because I just started playing Skyrim and it's my first run and I've really been enjoying it so far. I think it's pretty fun. It's kind of clunky compared to like playing Cyberpunk for like 2 years straight, or like even The Witcher. So that kind of like, sometimes I'll be like, oh wow, this is very clunky kind of combat. But the way that you can build your character and the different events and things that you can do, and like I stole a horse the other night, that was really fun. So maybe I'll have updates for you guys, I don't know. I was just really into Cyberpunk and I loved having a game that I could play. So it's nice to have something that I've never played before, and my partner has also never played Skyrim, so it's kind of like a first experience for the both of us. And it's so cool that you can build your character to look in a specific way. And I'm not watching any of the lore videos. I'm not trying to cheat or anything like that. I'm just doing what feels right and what feels natural, because I believe this is one of those games, it has to be one of those games, if people have been playing it for 10 years, that like each time you play it, you can play it in a different way. I'm currently playing as a dark elf, only because I almost was the lizard, but the dark elf was either like resistant to fire or does very powerful fire attacks, and I just wanted to be like an Uchiha and just fireball jutsu everybody into oblivion. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe if I get like cool armor or cool clothes, like the fashion, I don't know, I'll post something. So that was it for my monthly favorites. Let me know in the comments down below. Did you play with the same products that I did, or what were some of your monthly favorites if they were different? What have you been super in love with this month, regardless if it's makeup or not? Maybe next month I will have what my favorite anime is, because right now it's Attack on Titan. Granted, there's only like, when I'm filming this, there's only 3 episodes out of the new season, so I don't know if I can really say that that's been like my monthly favorite. But I've been very excited to have Attack on Titan Sundays back. The winter animes this year I think are pretty good. I feel like back to normal. I usually have like 4 or 5 animes to watch at a time, and lately it's only been like 1 or 2, and they've been like Boruto and Yashahime, and those, I hate them. I hate that I'm even watching them, but I'm already so many episodes deep. I have to finish it out, I know. But let me know in the comments down below. What have you been loving? What have you been hating maybe? And I will see you guys in tomorrow's video.